Hello, this is yours truly, Charles Prosper, your consistency success coach. And let me ask you a question. Do you know anyone who, when they get a great idea of something that they want to do, that they plan to do, that immediately they go out and tell everybody what they plan to do, how they're going to do it, and what they're going to do? Do you know anybody like that? Maybe you're one of those persons. And if you are, this message is for you. The message of this installment is quite simple. Don't tell your plans to anyone before you get started with a new project, a new goal that is important to you. And I'm going to give you a couple of very good reasons why you should keep this to yourself. Not to say that there will never be a time that you will get feedback, say from, for example, from an expert, but in the beginning stages, it's not the time. It's not the time to tell anyone, because many times even so-called quote-unquote experts may lead you off of your vision because they don't completely understand what it is that you're trying to achieve. Once you have achieved something, then you have something with which to ask for feedback from very select experts on the subject who will be able to comment in a constructive way. But you have to be very discerning about who you share your vision with, and your feedback that you will be asking for has to be very selective with the people that you seek in the later stages of development of your particular goal. Now, why is it that you should not talk about your plans to do something before you have even started? The first reason is that you are exposing yourself to unnecessary scrutiny from people who don't know what it is that you're trying to do, because only you have the true vision of what you're trying to do. You're inviting yourself to a whole bunch of conflicting opinions and ideas from well-intentioned but misinformed individuals who don't really have the qualification of telling you what you should or you shouldn't do. You're going to get so many different opinions if you go out and tell everyone, and that you're going to be confused as to what you should do, because you're looking for external validation to move forward on what you should be believing solely in yourself. For example, many people will, upon listening to you, will say certain things. Well, do you think that's a good idea? And your defensive reaction will be, well, yes. Because in the minute you start to explain and try to justify what you're doing, immediately you have weakened your own resolve. Because if you have to explain and justify what you're trying to do, it means that you're not 100% convinced of what you're doing is going to work. So immediately when you get a reaction of doubt on the part of another person, which causes you to have to explain yourself, immediately you have weakened your resolve and your consistency is going down the tube. Also, when you go out and tell other people what you're going to do, you may come across those people who will listen but will purposely give you negative feedback because they're envious of you and they feel threatened to see you succeed when they look at themselves not having the courage to pursue their particular goals or what they want to do. They see in you the courage that they don't have, and so as to justify themselves not moving forward, they would much rather discourage you. And then they would, in a very perverse and bizarre way, feel better about themselves. So you're going to get those people who are envious and will purposely try to steer you off path. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, you're going to get those people who will genuinely support you, care for you, want to see you succeed, and they give you encouragement ahead of time. They applaud you ahead of time. They'll tell you things, wow, that's great, congratulations. I could see you doing that right now. You're going to be so successful. You're going to make so much money. You're going to do great with this. You're just awesome in having started this particular vision, and I know how great you're going to be. I applaud you for this. Now, there's a problem with this as well, because if you get an applause and positive reinforcement before you have done anything, you are getting a type of congratulation that you do not deserve, which also demotivates you. The reaction of your subconscious is, well, I've already gotten the congratulations and the applause, and this is before I have even done anything, so why should I bother to go and do a lot of things to get an applause when I've already gotten it without having started? So this also will demotivate you, because you're getting a positive reinforcement that you have not earned, and as a result, there is no motivation to seek it because you've already gotten it undeservedly. So this is the other reason why you should not talk about doing something before you have even begun. Now, the other thing is this, is that the idea of not talking about what it is you're going to do before you've begun is that this is the metaphor. When you plant a seed grows silently underground where no one can see. So in the like sense, you're planting a seed in your future which has to be underground until it's ready to sprout. When something sprouts, it is obvious that it has become a success and everybody can see. And talking about it will not even be necessary. Once you have produced the results, the action and the result will speak for itself. So there is a danger in talking about your plans before you have begun, because you pretty much talk all of the energy out of your system. You need the determination, that the steam within you, just like a steam-driven locomotive contains the steam within itself to push itself forward. When you talk about everything that you're going to do before you have even started, you're talking all of the steam out of your engine, and you don't have enough to push you forward. So there's a certain type of strength in silence. There's a certain type of trust that you create in yourself when you're silent. And as a result, consistency and persistence is what happens, because you are only depending upon yourself and not upon the variable approval of others, which can come and or not come. You know who you are, you know what you will do, and only you will answer to yourself. So you need to protect your dream in the same way that a pregnant mother protects the unborn child. The unborn child is covered, can't even be seen by the outside world until it's ready to be born. You, like the pregnant mother, metaphorically speaking, has to cover the unborn child that's growing within you for the world not to see until it is ready to be born. This is the principle of not talking about what you're going to do before you do it, because once you do and expose yourself to all of this outside scrutiny, you're on other people's time schedule, so that they're asking you, oh, how things are going? What's going with your particular project, and so on and so forth. And so now, because of the scrutiny, you have a certain amount of pressure on you by people who are expecting you to move at a different pace than that which you need to move. So silence is your strength. In summary, you have a plan, you have a dream, you have a goal. Don't talk about it. Work silently. Work with efficiency. Work with consistency and persistence. Keep the vision within you, which will push you forward and will keep you consistent and persistent until you achieve that goal. So the message today is quite simply, when you have a dream, a goal, a vision, don't talk about it. Keep it to yourself. Move silently and with confidence and consistency until you achieve that goal. And when you do, it'll be revealed for all to see. So with that, I leave you. And as always, I wish for you to stay consistent and be successful. Okay, you have the message, and it is clear. Don't talk about your plans to everybody when you get an inspiration or an idea. Don't talk to anybody about it. And you will find that you will maintain that energy, that confidence, that persistence within, because you're not exposing yourself to any external scrutiny and judgment and criticism that can definitely affect your consistency in the way that you move towards your goal. So, before we go, I would like to invite you to be a member of a community of consistent-minded people at the Prosper Consistency Success membership site, where we help each other to remain consistent until we achieve our goals. You will have an accountability partner who will help you to stay focused until you achieve your goal, as well as you will be assigned to another member as their accountability partner to help them to stay focused and achieve their goal. And there will be live coaching calls where you can call in and get answers to any of the questions, problems, or challenges that you could be facing on your path to remaining consistent until you achieve your goal. We also have occasional guest speakers to come in and give us fresh new insights on goal achievement, success, and consistency. So, without further ado, I invite you to go right now to www.consistencysuccesscoach.com, and you will be glad that you did. May I ask a little tiny favor of you? If you truly enjoy these videos, spread the love. Help me extend my reach. Smash that like button. Give me a thumbs up. And you'll be allowing me to expand my reach to help other people, as I hope that I am helping you. And of course, if you would like to get notified of every new video that I produce on consistency, consistently, just hit the subscribe button. So before we go, as you know, I always will wish you to stay consistent and be successful.